For this next little garden expose of the winter series we are putting out, I was lucky enough to be able to walk around a friend's garden. She had two lovely borders that exemplify the cottage garden border style, and we're going to go and have a closer look at both of these. Hi, I'm Rosie Hardy and this is Rosie Hardy Gardening. If you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe to the channel. The cottage garden style, I love this. It is informal, it is colour, it is spikes, everything is beautiful about a cottage garden. You have wonderful combinations of plant material. You don't have big swathes, you have little pops of colour here and there, and that's what's really great. And the one thing that I love about this one is also it's got this great edging. Now that is something that a lot of people forget. They want to have a bit of green and they want to have the lawn, and they go and have it butted right up to the planting. And then when the planting flops, it makes a horrible brown area on the grass. Well, put an edging in. Something like this, very, very simple. It tidies it up. It means you can have a really good straight cut line on your lawn, and then your border can be mounded away from behind there. This garden is created on some bits which are very heavy clay and other bits not so bad. And when it was first started about 15 years ago, the clay was improved. So initially, once the leaf mould had started to be made, it was 2 parts leaf mould, 1 part compost and another part coarse grit, and that has made this garden really friable and have lovely soil for you to be able to work in. We have some lovely combinations here. We've got the blue of this Nepeta, and this is Nepeta Walker's Low by the looks of things, and it's got lovely large individual flowers. And then behind it here you've got the beautiful Nautia Macedonica, and then a lupin, probably masterpiece here behind that, and then the spires of the wonderful foxgloves, all in different colours around the place. Tucked in just behind, a fabulous peony, and then there is going to be a rose, and then there's a bright orange lupin behind me there. This is where I say the riot of colour really comes in. A little bit of yellow here on the yellow oreganum. Now at this time of the year it comes into its own. The foliage is beautifully bright yellow at this time of the year. Then it comes up and starts to come into flower. The flowers are fine, they really do well, and they introduce you more pollinators into the ground, but it's a great ground cover, good filler, and then it slightly goes greener as that comes on. The statuesque Nautia Macedonica here, really beautiful. It's obviously self-seeded and you've got a slightly different colour form here, and that happens, but that's what cottage gardens are about. They're about these lovely bits and the flow of all the planting that is here. So the beautiful Nepeta, the upright and quite sturdy lupins, the digitalis, which are going to be over shortly, but that's fine, something else is going to come into ground, the lovely Nautia, another bright orange lupin behind there, and then the fabulous peony, all there. And again, the little bit of oreganum. Such wonderful planting, and it just all flows and goes through. I adore all of this. All of this will then die back down. It's all herbaceous. It's going to die back down. You cut it back, you give it a good mulch, and hey presto, next year you may be needing to lift and split a few things, and then they come up and you're off again with your wonderful riot of colour right the way through the summer. So in this combination, we've got 2 types of campanula. We've got a really long belled form with purple flowers, lovely dark purple buds, and the stems are quite dark as well. And what I love about that is that that combination then goes into the purple of this fabulous heuchera here. And this heuchera's got beautiful plum coloured foliage, when then the older leaves are slightly more burnt, but it has these lovely wiry see-through flower heads, which are actually taller than some of the things behind, but because they are see-through, you don't worry about it, you get focused on other things. Then the fabulous Geum Totally Tangerine, so we go from purple to orange to purple again, such a great combination. And then tucked behind is the good old-fashioned Campanula persicafolia. That's the peach-leafed campanula with much more open bells, a more blue colour. It's a lilac blue with narrow foliage. It makes a mat, and that goes up quite tall behind. And then behind me here, the statuesque white foxglove. So again and again, it's quite far forward, but it doesn't matter because it's only out for a certain length of time, and once it dies back, there is going to be a huge big dahlia here taking over in that space. So it's this way of making sure that you've got ground cover, you've got things that flower for a long time, you've got plants that go up on spikes but the flowers are open, you've got a foliage contrast here of the purple leaf of the heuchera, and its flowers are just wonderful. And even though they're insignificant, the bees absolutely adore heuchera flowers. There's plenty in there for them to nectar on. You can see them floating around at the moment. And then the tall spike of this fabulous big white foxglove here, which will eventually, you know, in another 2-3 weeks be finished, and it'll be cut back down, and then the dahlia will come in. So that way you get your plants coming through looking good, and it's just this continuity of plant material coming through. And I love the fact that there are tall things at the front and there are other things at the back, because this border is seen from both sides, not just from the grass, you also see it from the gravel pathway. But I just love these combinations. So you've got that purple and dark stem coming through to here, a bit of splash of orange there, lilac-y blue there, and then white behind, with green just giving it so that everything shows off against the green. Then when these start to fade, something else comes along to take its place. At this time of year, you may be thinking on how you will edit your garden borders. If so, then consider a look at my border course, where I have dedicated a large section to the editing and redesign of existing borders. The course can also be gifted to friends and family. The QR code is on screen and a link below. Thank you for watching this video.